Come on, Arne.
Hi everybody, and welcome back to Sit and Knit for a Bit with Arne and Carlos.
And we are, as always, your hosts, Arne and Carlos. Last week we talked about the mountain that I climb every single day when it doesn't rain. And today we thought we would do the podcast from the top of the mountain. Now, we have actually been walking now for over an hour, well over an hour. We passed base camp.
We had a break in base camp.
Yeah, and now we are going to do the final climb, which is quite steep, and we will see you at the top of the mountain. Now, the mountain, as we mentioned last week, is called Himalaya, which is the reason why there's a base camp.
Yeah.
But it's not the Himalaya in Asia. We are in Norway.
This is the local Himalaya.
A very local Himalaya.
Local Himalaya.
Yes, and yeah, Arne, how about we continue the climb? I'll race you to the top. Come on, let's go. Come on, Helmer. Come on, Freya. Let's go.
You can do that. Okay, Carlos, we made it.
Yeah, and then it took a while to set up the camera, and we had a little rest to catch our breath. And yeah, Helmer has to be on leash because there's a lot of sheep around, not up on the mountain, down in the valley.
We can hear the bells, or is the bells? Is right the word?
Yeah, the sheep bell.
The sheep bell down in the valley, so now he's resting.
Good. And
Freya is eating strawberries. No,
blueberries. There's a lot of blueberries up here. Yummy, look here. I found one.
Yeah.
So good.
She eats a lot now.
She loves blueberries. She loves food in general, so yeah. Yeah, and this is my special place. I come up here every day to meditate. And as you can see, there is a beautiful view behind us. We will, at the end of this podcast,
show you the view.
Yeah, Arne will take the camera and show you the proper view so that you can enjoy that. Yeah, and it's really nice to be back for Sit and Knit for a bit, isn't it?
What's happening here?
He's cuddling and enjoying himself.
Are you going bananas?
Yeah, he always goes bananas. Yeah,
Okay,
we're very happy to be back for our weekly podcast, Sit and Knit for a Bit. And yeah, we're back from summer. We're refreshed. Arne had his birthday cake again. And things are going really well.
Yeah, and we are working on a new collection. Just started for Rowan.
Mm-hmm.
And we're still working on the fireplace because it takes time. So it's been down for 3 months now.
Yeah. So
and we're going to pick up the lime wood this week. Limestone, sorry, the limestone, and hopefully we'll have the fireplace back in a week or two.
Hopefully, fingers crossed. The latest news is that our limestone is ready to be picked up tomorrow. So we're going to drive across the mountains for 2.5 hours, pick up the limestone and bring it home, and then our guy is going to come and
put it up.
Put it up, yeah. Helmer is having fun. He's just having fun.
You calmed him, and now he's.
Yeah, I know.
He's been rolling around in the blueberry.
Yeah, he's got a lot of dreadlocks now after. Yeah, he needs to go to the groomer. But yeah.
He's really cuddly today.
Yeah, he is. I don't know what happened with either of them. It's typical. You bring the dogs, and then they make a spectacle and steal the show.
But you shouldn't be on the sack because I have something valuable down there.
Yeah. So just relax, Helmer, relax. So it's not always easy to climb this mountain. Sometimes things happened.
Yeah.
And I had an experience with Helmer a few weeks ago, which was not the most pleasant.
You called me. I was like, "What's going on? What happened?"
Well, I was freaking out.
Yeah, you didn't know what to do. It's like.
So I was taking my walk, my regular walk, to climb this mountain, and you go through a path, and then once you get to, as far as you need to go, there's a little sign that indicates that this is, Himalaya, and so you're supposed to go in there, and then you follow the path and you start climbing the mountain. So usually there's a lot of sheep around here, but not quite in this path. They are in another place, and Helmer can hear the bells, so he goes a little cray-cray. But that day we didn't hear any bells, so we thought, oh, we're fine, we're good. There's no sheep nearby, he's not gonna go cray-cray. So we start walking, and once we reach the path or the entry to the Himalaya, I see mama sheep and baby lamb. And I'm thinking, mama sheep and baby lamb are standing in front of the entry to Himalaya, so they're gonna have to move, right?
They didn't.
Well, Helmer saw them and started barking, and they would just not move. Mama sheep started stomping her foot on the ground, and I was like, "Oh, come on, get out of our way!" So I started doing this, "Hoo, shoo, shoo, go away, go away." And Mama sheep decided that she wasn't having any of this.
No.
So she started walking straight towards me and Helmer. Now Helmer is a wimp, so he started screaming, and he's a bit of a coward, so he started screaming and hid behind me. And Mama sheep came up to me and even pushed me with her head. And I fell down. And Helmer fell down too.
Sorry, but
I know.
I don't know what's going on with him. He's crazy.
He's just having fun.
He's rolling around. Yeah, and then...
So we fell to the ground. I got up and I said to Mama sheep, "Woo, woo, move." And she wouldn't move. So I ran into the forest. And then I had to find my way to Himalaya using my built-in compass, kind of like where is. And eventually I got to the.
You took another path.
Well, I didn't take a path. I went
Into
up
the wood,
into
yeah.
the woods and tried to find the path higher up, which I did. It was a very traumatizing experience for Helmer. And yeah,
But it was worse. She attacked you.
she attacked me. Yeah, Mama sheep
Yeah,
attacked
she
me.
attacked
Yeah.
both of you.
Yeah,
That hardly never happens.
I know.
I never heard about sheep.
she was a moody.
One sheep attacking a guy with a dog.
Yeah, she was very moody.
She was moody that
Yeah.
day.
And I guess protecting her little lamb. So yeah,
And you called me, you were like sitting up here, and you called me and you said like, "What am I doing? There's a sheep attacking me. How do I get down?" And I was like, "A sheep attacking you?"
Yeah.
If it was a cow or a bear or something, I would have thought it was a huge problem, but a sheep.
well,
But,
yeah, but
you
she
know,
did
you never
attack
know.
me. And my biggest concern at the time was, what if she's still waiting for us down in the exit of the Himalaya exit?
Then you run.
So when I run, I usually go fast down the mountain, and when I got to kind of like where I know that the exit is just around the corner, I went really slowly, like really slowly. And when I got to the exit, she wasn't there. So Helmer, I just said to Helmer, "We're gonna run," because I was concerned that she may be hiding and looking out for us, and so I just ran as much as I could and until I got home.
But you know, if it's those Viking sheep or those
Sheep, yeah,
sheep,
the Viking, the old breeds.
the old breed, they can attack. I heard
Yeah.
they like. Remember, we went to my brother's farm, and
Yeah.
his son had those sheep, and
Our nephew, yeah.
we came with Freya, and when they saw Freya, they gathered up
Yeah,
with the lambs behind them, and they were like stamping their feet in the ground, and they came
Yeah.
towards us. So they were really.
yeah, but this was not a Viking breed.
But this was like one of the other ones, the normal one, the
Yeah.
one that runs if they see people.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I
this
said,
one.
"Woo-hoo, go away," because I assumed she would run instead
Yeah.
of come to me. Yeah, she was a normal, regular Norwegian generic sheep breed
Yeah, the one you use for the fur,
for the
the
lamb.
wool
Yeah,
and the meat
yeah, both.
for both.
Yeah,
It's like nothing special.
nothing special. No,
Oh, what was that?
that was this.
Oh.
I broke a twig.
I
So
thought
there,
it was a crazy sheep coming.
no
Sorry.
crazy sheep. You got scared, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah, so there may be a little wind. We hope the wind is not going to disturb the podcast too much, but I mean, it is worth the climb coming up here. And this is what's kept me healthy this summer, or
Yeah.
what made me healthy, coming up every single day. I am getting a little bored because it's getting easier and easier.
Yeah, and it's the same route every day.
It's the same route, so I've actually looked up in a book all the different mountain hikes that we can do here in our region, and there's a lot.
There's a lot of them.
There are a lot of mountain hikes.
I joined you a few times, but when we started with the fireplace, I had to
Yeah.
help that guy, the fireplace guy. So
Mm.
you've been taking this walk by yourself many times.
Regularly, yes. I love
Regularly.
it.
And I heard there are cloudberries down there.
Yeah, I know. But now I'm sure the cloudberries are off.
Maybe
I mean,
not. I don't know.
I think we picked the last cloudberries. You may have noticed if you follow us on Instagram and Facebook, we were posting a little bit from our adventures in the forest where we picked cloudberries. A lot of people haven't tasted them because they're not easy to find. Now, cloudberries is something special. They come from the Arctic region. You can get them everywhere in the northern hemisphere, so they're available in Canada, northern parts of the USA. I've heard that they're available in Maine, among others.
Yeah.
You can get them in the Nordic countries. So you can get them in Scotland, apparently, in the north of Scotland. Russia, obviously. I think probably Japan, the north of Japan. So in all these areas in the north, you can get them. But they do tend to grow in these areas with swamps or with, they're kind of wet and then there's moss over.
Yeah.
They are impossible to grow. A lot of people are wondering why we didn't just grow them in our garden, but you can't. They won't grow, you can't cultivate them. They need to be, they grow in the wild.
But this year we hardly managed to grow the tomatoes.
Yeah, this year has been bad.
So we don't try cloudberries.
No, cloudberries is impossible. And yeah, everybody protects their own areas. So usually, you know, the whole year we say moose moose when Freya starts barking, but in August we tend to say bear bear, and we tend to point where we think the bear may be. Actually, it might be down there. It might be down there. Who knows?
And then everybody go in that direction.
Yeah, because then, you know, we
then
get
it's
our
over there,
cloudberries
or behind us.
Yeah, in peace and quiet. So yeah, so we picked.
That's life in the mountains.
It is, yeah. We picked quite a lot,
Yeah.
but we're not greedy, and we don't sell them. So we pick them, we share them with friends.
Yeah. I think this year so far we have enough for that cloudberry cream.
Yeah, the cloudberry cream that we traditionally have for Christmas.
Bear.
Bear. Where's the bear, Freya?
Maybe
it's still
we
August.
should put the leash on her if
She's
people
okay.
are coming.
Yeah. So anyway,
She
yeah.
can be dangerous.
Yeah, she can. We have enough cloudberries for our Christmas
cream.
dessert on Christmas Eve. We're quite a lot of people for that dinner.
And I think we can make some jam. Just
Yeah.
you know, just stir them up with some sugar and make some
Cloudberry jam and then
twisted cloudberries.
Yeah, twisted. Oh, you mean oh yeah,
Stirred
cloudberries. Yeah. And we gave some to Austra, our friend from Lithuania, who tends to take care of Helmer and Freya when we are away. Although that has become very, yeah. She loves Freya.
She loves Freya. Helmer not so much because he's a handful.
He is a little bit difficult.
But he's learning.
Yeah. So the first time, so to put it this way, he does not want to be away from us.
No, he's very attached to us. Like when we tried to leave him the last time, he was jumping at us, and you know he's so big, so you have these arms.
He puts his
around
paws
you
around
like
us, and he won't let go, like a kid.
Maybe we're spoiling him. Look what I'm doing now.
Yeah, you're totally spoiling
I'm spoiling him. But he's so cuddly today.
The first time Austra took him, he tried to run away.
Yeah.
He opened the door because this guy is tall and smart. So he opened the door and tried to escape. And luckily, she had forgotten the key for her job, so she came back to pick up her key, and the dog was outside.
Yeah. He's been out for 1 hour or something.
Yeah. The second time was when we went on road trip number 1. And for road trip number 1, her sister was here from Lithuania to take, she was going to be, you know, she came for the first time in 2 years almost because of the COVID thing. And they were going to hang out. And so Austra thought it was a great thing because then he wouldn't be alone. Second time it went really well. And they know the characters very well. Freya is obsessed with food, Helmer not so much. So they thought the salmon, the 500 gram, half a kilo salmon, so a pound of salmon, was safe when they put it on the kitchen counter. It took about 30 seconds and the whole salmon was gone.
But the food is safe if you're in the room. If you leave the room with Helmer in the kitchen, then the food is gone.
So he kind of pretends he's not interested in food and tricks you. As I said to her, she wasn't laughing at the time, but as I said to her, luckily you live next to a supermarket that is open on Sundays, because this happened on a Sunday. And in Norway there's this law that supermarkets are supposed to be closed on Sundays, actually all shops. are supposed to be closed on Sundays. But this particular supermarket is attached to a gas station, so it's allowed to be open. And it's one of the only ones around here. So luckily they could go and get themselves another half kilo of salmon. Yeah. And last time Helmer was alone with Austra, well, Freya and Helmer were with Austra, was in the weekend that just passed. And we still don't know what happened because we haven't spoken with her. She just delivered the dogs before we arrived. But we're going to talk to her on Friday because she's going to come over to our house. Yeah. And we'll see what happened.
I think if something bad happened, I think she would have told us.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I think he was a really good guy this time.
Hopefully, fingers crossed. Apparently, he was very depressed.
He was depressed, but now he's like, in the beginning when we had him in the house, he was like following us wherever we were. He was behind us, or he was in the same room, and he slept on the sofa, and.
He's not allowed on the sofa anymore.
We bought the bed for him.
Yeah, because I don't like dogs on the sofa.
Yeah, but he has changed a lot. He hasn't been in the sofas since we bought the bed.
And yesterday he actually went up to lie down in his bed while we were having dinner. So that's a new one.
So he's
becoming a little bit more independent.
Independent now.
Yeah, and we've been training him for his anxiety, his separation anxiety. We have been training him, and he actually had the separation anxiety already before he came to us. So it's kind of all the bad habits that he got were before he came to us.
But he's learning all the time.
Yeah, he's a good boy.
Good guy.
But yeah, if Austra doesn't want to take care of him anymore, we are in trouble.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. But
then we have to. We can't go anywhere if we can't bring him.
Yeah.
So now he starts to roll again.
Yeah,
I don't know what's the problem.
He's having a great time. He's just enjoying himself. He's just having a great time.
Maybe he's itchy.
Yeah. So because we climbed the mountain, we didn't bring anything to show you guys. Usually we do a little bit of a show and tell, and we talk about our knitting projects and things like that. But we haven't been able to do so because it's enough bringing our bodies, our dogs, and a backpack with the water and a couple of things. So Arne, tell everybody what we've been working with in terms of knitting projects this summer.
This summer we are working on the new collection, as I said.
With Rowan, yes.
With Rowan, so we are making some drawings and knitting some swatches, and we are preparing for Christmas.
We are preparing for Christmas.
But that's a secret. We can't tell anybody what we're doing now.
Not too much.
Not too much.
Definitely. Bear. Where's the bear? Where's the bear? Yeah,
actually,
the bear.
Maybe it's the eagle, because our neighbor, she said she saw an eagle a few days ago.
She did.
We also seen the eagle because they have nests somewhere around here. So she said we had to watch out for Freya.
Yeah.
Because those eagles can easily take her.
Yeah, definitely.
So.
But yeah, we have. Let's go back to what we've been doing in our knitting department. It's been Christmas this summer.
The whole summer
has been Christmas.
We've been working on the Christmas
at ARNE CARLOS. We've been working on 3 Christmas projects that you can look forward to. And in September, Anna and Eric and PJ are coming up, and we're going to be filming new tutorials. So we've done Christmas all summer, and we're going to be doing Christmas in September, and then I guess we're going to be doing Christmas in December. I don't even guess. I know we're going to be doing Christmas in December as well. So it's all about Christmas this year, and there's quite a few things coming.
Christmas is our main business.
Yeah,
it seems like.
Yeah, it all started with the balls.
And we had Christmas in July.
We did, yeah. We did a little Christmas in July thingy. We will never forget coming to Australia and waking up. We were staying at a Marriott hotel in Sydney, and it was quite a posh one actually. Mm-hmm. And in the morning when we went down to the reception, which was like a 3-story reception, was this massive Christmas tree. And they brought it in the middle of night when everybody was sleeping.
And there were like Christmas decorations on each table.
Yeah.
And the people who worked in the cafe, in the breakfast room, they were wearing those red hats.
Yeah. And we asked, what's going on?
I've never seen that before.
Yeah, we asked them, what's going on? And they said, well, it's it's July 25th, it's Christmas Day. And we said, excuse me, but you are 6 months too early. Christmas is in December. And then they said, yes, but we want to celebrate Christmas in Australia in winter.
Yeah.
So we're doing this celebration in July because it's winter here. Then we walked out of the hotel, and I had to take my jacket off because it was so hot.
It was warmer than this.
Yeah, it was warmer in winter in Sydney than it is in Norway in the summer. So go figure.
Yeah.
Although,
that was Christmas in July.
yeah, although weather has been warm this summer,
Yeah.
which is very concerning in a way.
June and July was
Yeah.
very warm, and we had those rain showers. It's like, I think we said that last time.
We
also,
did, yes.
Like you're in the tropics.
Yeah,
Somewhere.
we were talking. We went to the supermarket yesterday, and because we're in a small town where everybody knows everybody, we were talking to a lady that we know. We actually photographed a collection
In her house.
in her house when
Yeah.
we were in the fashion business,
Yeah.
because she lives in the biggest farm here in the region or the area, and it's a quite big house.
With old furniture.
Yeah.
Really nice.
And we were talking to her, and she said that she had a great summer, although she's very concerned that the summer is so warm nowadays compared to what it's been in the past. But nothing compared to what a lot of people in Western Canada and Western United States
Oh, that's been
they have experienced this summer.
very warm.
Temperatures of what, 110 degrees Fahrenheit, so 40 degrees Celsius. While we have been, in a comfortable 30-degree
Complaining
Celsius,
in the shadow.
in 30 degrees Celsius, which I guess is around 90 Fahrenheit.
Starts to be windy now.
Yeah.
Did you feel there was some raindrops coming?
Wow, but I think we're good.
You know, when you live up in the mountains like this, the weather changes so quick. So like if you go further up on a hike, you should actually bring everything, because
Yeah.
you never know. The weather can change in a second. So,
Yeah, and if you did our spring podcast together with us, you will remember the fjellvettregler that we talked about, the rules, the mountain rules in Norway, that tell you to use your judgment, always tell people where you are, let them know in advance that if you're going on a hike, and always be prepared, bring clothes and stuff. So we've got a few things. We're not 100% prepared.
we didn't tell anyone. Maybe we should leave the camera and take a walk.
Yeah.
and we just say, okay, if you find the camera, we walk in that direction.
No, we're
So if
good.
we get lost, at least I know.
Yeah, but Arne, I have been climbing this mountain about, I would say that I have climbed this mountain 65 times
Yeah.
this summer.
You've been really
So
smart.
I can promise you I know the way back.
Yeah.
I could do it blindfolded. What does concern me though is the thunder, because if it starts to be thunder and lightning, when you're high up in the mountains next to water, the thunder does become very powerful.
That was actually quite. In the beginning it was cozy, and after a while it was a little bit scary this summer, because sometimes when it's raining and when it's thunder, it's so cozy being outside under the front porch.
Yeah.
And we were sitting there reading our books, and the rain was pouring down, and it was thunder and lightning like
So in the end
but suddenly it came all over the house. And
really
they were, like,
close.
everywhere.
So we were like, let's go in. So we go in and we start going up the stairs, and suddenly the thunder hits in between Arne and me indoors through our it wasn't when we were going up the stairs. We passed.
That was when we were upstairs,
Yeah.
and
It blew up our
blew
electrical
up
system.
Yeah, so we had this lightning around.
Well,
right?
but it was the lightning from the lamp, not the thunder. But
That
it was
was scary.
just in between us.
So
And remember when we were in Charleston in 2019 in the summer, and lightning hit,
that was
struck.
scary. We
Well,
were going to see this farm.
Not really, because we were in the car.
Well, I was scared. I was like, it was like a shock, because there was this thunder and lightning, everything like at one time, and the whole car was lit up, and it was shaking like this. So, and then we saw on the panels in the car that everything was out of order.
Yeah.
So I think the lightning
We got struck by lightning.
hit the car actually.
And we actually saw a tree fall down
Yeah,
just
there was
as
a
we
tree
passed
falling
it. It was
down.
really, and it kind of smoky and
That's
stuff.
what we call bad weather.
Yeah, that's bad weather. So Norway in comparison is quite okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This is nothing.
This is completely nothing, yeah. So other thing, yeah, so anyway, we're a bit concerned of the weather, and we're very concerned with global warming, and considering what we have been experiencing this summer here and what you guys have been experiencing in your countries. There's been floods in Europe that have been quite devastating.
Yeah.
There's been the extreme heat in western United States. There's been some heat, unusually warm here in Norway. And yeah, not good at all.
But life is slowly getting back to normal, so that's good. So I think right now things are going more and more back to normal.
Yeah.
We still have to be careful in Norway, but we don't have to wear the, what you call that again? Face masks everywhere, unless there are a lot of people, then you should wear it.
So the
and
new,
if you can't keep a distance.
Yeah, the new restrictions or the new guidelines. No. The new guy, Freya, come here. No, du. Shut up.
Oh, he probably found something she wants.
Yeah.
It's only a stick.
Anyway, the new guidelines or the new rules say that we don't have to wear masks anymore, only when we are 1 meter, when we can't keep 1 meter away from other people that are not part of our cohort. So 1 meter is 3 feet. So 3 feet, that's, if you can't keep, you wear your mask. And now we are allowed to be big congregations outdoors and even indoors. Concerts are now on and a lot of stuff. And they're saying that by the end of September, all restrictions will be lifted in Norway because in the end of September, everybody will be vaccinated. But I don't really believe it until I see it because with this virus, you never know.
But you would say, were you like thinking you should say more about the Christmas things? Because I started to talk about eagles and suddenly we have moved.
Yeah, and then we were talking about the lady we met outside the supermarket that said she was concerned about the weather, which we agree. Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, we've got plenty of stuff to do. We're even doing a few extra things with Rowan for Christmas. So there's Rowan and ARNE CARLOS for Christmas, and then there's lots of ARNE CARLOS things for Christmas happening, new projects that you can get, that you'll be able to look forward to. And yeah, we're not going to say any more.
No, we have a lot of things coming up for you.
Yeah, surprise, surprise.
Surprise.
Exactly. So anyway, talking about the whole pandemic and all the weird things that have been going on, we do have some interesting news. So in Norway, dual citizenship was not allowed.
I forgot about
that. It was not allowed until January 2020. So until January 2020, you had to you were only allowed to have one citizenship if you were a Norwegian citizen. And I've lived most of my adult life I've lived most of my adult life in Norway. So I consider myself a Norwegian, even though ethnically I am Swedish and Spanish. And in Europe, nationality follows the blood. So I was born with Swedish nationality because my father is from Sweden, and that's what I've had all my life. But I've always wanted to have a Norwegian nationality because I live here and I want to vote. I can only vote for the local elections, but not for the parliamentary elections. And I've always felt that I really want to have a Norwegian passport because when there's a crisis and we need to go home, kind of like, with COVID, if we would have been abroad, I might have had problems getting into Norway because I didn't have a Norwegian passport, although I am a resident.
We would have sent you to Sweden.
Yeah, but I am a resident, so it would have been figured out because I've lived here legally for many years. And we have friends like Gita, the lady that organizes our knitting cruises. Gita, she is Norwegian, born in Norway, but her mother was Danish, so she was born with a Swedish passport, a Danish passport. And Marcus, he is Anna's husband, Anna who works with us. Marcus is born in Norway, but he has a Swedish father, so he has a Swedish passport too. So anyway, last year it was allowed. No, when was it allowed? Yeah, early 2020, it was allowed to, the government allowed dual citizenship in Norway, which meant I could become a Norwegian citizen. However, the corona thing started and it became very hectic and all that. So it's something I wasn't thinking about. And then I had to renew my passport. Yeah. And Norway closed the borders to Sweden. luckily, I was able to get to Sweden before the borders were closed, so I renewed my passport, and it was done. And then COVID came, the country closed. I got sick, and here we are now, 14, 18, what is it? Yeah, months later. Yeah. We're here, still in kind of like a weird COVID situation. But in between, I have actually gained Norwegian citizenship.
Yeah. Congratulations.
Thank you. And to become a Norwegian citizen when you are Nordic, so if you come from Finland, Iceland, Sweden, or Denmark, you don't have to apply. You just have to send in a paper, yeah. You have to fill in a paper that says that you are hereby you're here by requesting to become a Norwegian citizen. And you just go, you get a paper from the police that tells them that, or that says that you haven't done any illegal stuff, which luckily I haven't. So I got my paper, I handed it in to the police, and I asked them, because on the website it said it takes 4 months to become a Norwegian citizen once you hand in the paperwork. So I said, so it's 4 months, right? And she said, no, you're Nordic, so it takes a day. Yeah. So handed in my papers on June 8th, and June 9th I received a digital message into my digital post box, my official one from the government, saying that I was now a Norwegian citizen and I could apply for a Norwegian passport.
If people wonder why you are wearing a Norwegian folk costume.
Well, I'm from Norway. I'm a Norwegian.
From Norway?
And I'm
Come
a Norwegian.
on.
Yeah. But I was talking to the police lady, and it was quite interesting because Swedes, because Sweden and Norway are so close to each other, in order to get your passport renewed, you have to go to Sweden. You can't get it done in the embassy here in Norway. So I've always had to go to Sweden to renew. And because the borders were closed, but that was after I renewed my passport. A lot of Swedes who needed a passport couldn't get one. So the solution was get Norwegian citizenship.
Well, that's easier than
getting into Sweden.
Getting into Sweden at that time.
Yeah. And the only qualification you need as a Nordic citizen is to have lived in Norway for 7 years. Yeah. So that's it.
I think it's cool. And now, was it yesterday? We went down and you did your duty.
I did my duty. I voted for the Norwegian parliamentary election for the first time.
I think that was kind of cool.
Yeah. Okay. And I'm thinking a lot about when I start traveling again, because now I am a passport holder of 2 passports.
So bring the Norwegian one.
Well, I think I have to bring both, don't you?
I don't know.
I mean, what if I apply for TSA? What's it called? ESTA. What if I apply for an ESTA to go to America on a Norwegian passport, and then I forget to bring it and I bring my Swedish one? Then I won't get in. So I think I have to bring both.
You have to remember which passport.
Exactly. So better to bring both.
Yeah. I don't have that problem.
No. You only have one.
I only have one.
Yeah. So a whole new set of things to think about when we start traveling again. I have 2 passports now, and I have to remember to bring both. Yeah. So yeah, that was a lot of the things that we've been going through.
It was a big thing. That was a big thing.
Yeah, we celebrated with some champagne afterwards. Yeah. And
we did more knitting projects, haven't we?
We have.
The girls in America have knitted for us. Through and they knitted, because now we have 2 girls.
Yeah, Shirley and Pam.
In America, they are actually checking the language, and they are
proofreading,
and they're knitting the projects for us, because
just to make sure,
because
we've been pretty okay.
We don't mess up too much.
Yeah, we've been pretty okay in the past. Usually we haven't made mistakes.
But there's always
small things
that you don't think about when you knit the Norwegian way.
Yeah.
And it's always good that we have someone who actually know how to knit other ways, because.
And then when we send Shirley and Pam new designs, we usually get reactions.
Yeah.
And the reactions are. If the reactions are really amazing, we know that it's something people are going to love. So last Sunday, we published a set of cushions, or a new pattern for a new cushion, kind of like it's got a relief, it's like a petal.
Yeah.
It looks like a petal, like a big, or like a flower.
Yeah.
And it's kind of, what's it called? It's got relief, so it's...
I don't know what it's called.
Oh, it's like a lace. No, it's not a lace.
It's like relief.
Yeah.
What's that?
It's got texture in it.
Texture.
You can go check our blog or see last week's episode. And this week we are doing a lace scarf because we had a lot of leftover felted tweed.
Yeah.
And the felted tweed that we had, it was only like one ball of yarn here and one ball of yarn there. I'm sure a lot of you guys can relate to the fact that when you buy yarn for a project, say that the yarns, or say that the pattern says you need, 8 skeins of yarn, you usually buy 9. So you have an extra one just in case of something, so that you have the same dye lot. Well, we do that a lot, so we tend to have leftover, like a ball here, a ball there.
Yeah, or sometimes when you go to a yarn shop, you can actually, when you can touch the yarn, sometimes you see things and it's hard to leave without it. And that's also how you end up with things.
Yeah, but in
know
this case, we had a lot of single balls of
Yeah.
yarn in different colors, left in felted tweed. And we came up with the idea of doing a relief pattern and stripes so that we could get rid
I
of...
think I want to do more of that because there's so many old relief patterns you can play with.
Yeah,
It's kind of fun. And it's a nice way to clean up in the stash.
it is, yeah. And both Shirley and Pam adored the scarf. They said that, when they saw it, they thought it was a little bit different from what we usually do. But as soon as they started casting on, and it's a very easy stitch to learn, and then it's just, the stripes, you do your stripes and you play with the colors you want. And Pam had a lot of leftovers, felted tweed, like
Oh, cool.
she had like almost a ball in every shade that has ever been made. So she sent photos,
Yeah.
and she was really playing around with all the colors. I can't wait to see Shirley's though. She hasn't sent us a photo of hers yet. But yeah, we think it's a great idea to do designs with, leftover yarn so that you guys can get rid of all that yarn that you didn't use. So that's coming up.
That's coming up.
So those 2 projects, as well as all the Christmas stuff that we've been doing. And we're planning to knit a couple of sweaters as well. We've got the yarn.
Yeah, we got the yarn. I think the plan was that we should knit it and pull it out every now and then.
Yeah,
So you people can see how it grows.
and update you guys.
Maybe it will take forever.
Yeah.
And if it comes out good, Rowan will help us doing the grading, so everybody can have the pattern.
Yeah, I'm envisioning something that I want to do, and I think it's something that a lot of people would appreciate. So I want to do, because I got this beautiful yarn from Rowan in pure cashmere, and I want to do a nice, simple sweater with no, just a solid color.
Just nothing.
And nothing, just a beautiful sweater with a beautiful yarn.
But you will do it in brioche.
And a great shape. I haven't decided if I'm going to do that one in brioche or just plain stockinette, and maybe do a little something in the, like a small detail. I haven't decided yet, but that one may be a very simple, plain, but well-fitted, well-made sweater. And then with the alpaca classic that is a little hairy, we were thinking of doing brioche. I want an oversized sweater in brioche, and I think you were thinking of a jacket, maybe?
I'm not sure. Maybe, I don't know. I'm not sure because I really want to have a sweater that is oversized but not really oversized.
Yeah, so oversized
like,
but not really.
When you see it, you think it's an oversized sweater, but when you look close at it, it's something in the design. I have an idea. Maybe I can do 2 things.
Yeah, maybe.
I can do a jacket later,
Yeah.
but I don't know if I will, because like normally I would steek it, cut it, and
Yeah, but you see, that's the thing.
If I do the brioche thing, it's
You
so
don't
easy
steek.
it's so easy to knit the pieces because you're knitting back and forth anyway.
Yeah, so this is the
So-
thing. This is the thing. It's so interesting. When you knit color work, it's actually easier to knit on the round and then steek because you don't have to purl any stranded color work, purling. For us Norwegians, it's a hassle, so we like knitting stranded color work in the round and then steeking. But when you do brioche, it's actually easier to knit brioche going back and forth, and that means that you can knit the pieces separately and then you sew them together. So even if we do an oversized sweater, you're still gonna need knit a front panel, a back panel, 2 sleeves, and then sew it together. And if you do a jacket in brioche, you'll do all the panels, including the 2 front panels individually.
And the way we do brioche, we never pearl. It's only purling for the rib. So
Yeah.
it's so...
So that's the thing.
It's
We
quick.
we Norwegians, we don't want to pearl. So brioche we do flat,
Yeah.
and color work we do in the round.
Yeah. We'll see, but I want to have something simple in one color.
Yeah. So we're gonna be doing those. We're gonna, when we eventually we'll start showing you the yarns. We didn't bring them here because, we had already some stuff to carry.
I have some stuff.
Yeah, and so we're not going to show them today, but eventually we're going to show you the yarns, and then we're going to cast on. And we were thinking it could be fun for you guys to follow our process.
Yep.
So we'll do pretty much what we did last year with the fall costume, that we'll bring updates every week. We don't know when we're going to start, so we can't promise you it's going to be in September. And we still have the jackets.
And we don't know if it ends up as a UFO. And we
don't
have
know.
the jacket. And we have to check one of the sleeves on my
Yeah. We screwed up.
shirt.
It looks like we've screwed up on the sleeves. Both Arne and I may have made a mistake.
One sleeve.
So one sleeve, we've actually turned it the opposite way when we sewed it in, so that the cuff moves up like this. So I'm gonna try. You tried yours on backwards, and you definitely need to change.
I need to change one of them.
And I'm gonna try my shirt on backwards to see if it's the same with me.
And I want to knit another pair of socks for my fall costume because I find a really nice pattern from the area where my grandfather is from.
Which we'll be talking about more later.
Yeah.
This season. Don't give up too much away.
No?
And and then we have to finish our fall costume jackets. That's what we're going to be doing this fall. So that is something that you will for sure.
But first we need to get the fireplace up.
Yeah. Actually, you know what I'm thinking? So here we are with the dogs. They're relaxing now. We are in a beautiful mountain.
Yeah, and I have tea.
And Norwegians always bring some hot beverages to enjoy. Where is our tea?
It's in this one. And we brought this. I brought these nice cups
Yeah.
because these are made for the wild
The wilderness. Yeah. So we don't have the Arne Carlos mugs today. We do have the jumpers though.
wood. We used them before, didn't we?
Yeah, we use these when we go out into the into nature.
They're made of wood.
And you
It's
can
really
get
nice.
you can get cups like this in any sports store in Norway, anywhere. So go to a mall in Norway, if they have a shop that sells sports goods, you can get one of these. And we've got a delicious chai
Yeah,
tea.
you can pour, and look what I brought, Carlos.
Oh, you brought something good.
Plates.
When did you pack this?
This morning, just before we left, actually, because I have more here.
Yeah, I didn't actually see you pack the bag. I just assumed you brought tea.
Because I've been cooking,
Cooking?
Actually-
No, you haven't.
baking. No, I've been at the bakery
Oh,
because I know that you like this cake, and
what's the occasion?
because when you people see this video for the first time, Carlos is 28 years old again
The day
tomorrow. So
Yeah.
if you see it today when it's released, Carlos has his birthday tomorrow.
That's correct. So today, the date that you're watching this is August 25, and my birthday is tomorrow, August 26, in real time. But
Yeah.
we recorded this podcast before that. So Arne usually never.
You're 28 again.
Yeah, and Arne, you never bake for us.
How do I know? I went to the shop, the bakery.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. You never bake for us, but you are a hell of a shopper when it comes to cakes. Nobody buys cakes as Arne. You buy the best ones. And what?
Oh, look, they made it all the way.
And
up
what
here.
is my birthday cake this year?
It's a cake with marzipan.
I think maybe
and-
just use your hands, huh?
No, but I brought everything.
Oh, okay.
Can you hold this?
Sure.
Look at the decorations.
Yeah. I can see the decorations. I think it's back to school because
It's a pencil on the cake.
because it's back to school now for the kids. But we could pretend it's a candle.
And
And I mean, I would never allow any more than one candle on my cake, for sure.
not more than 28. So,
Actually, I'm enjoying getting older. I think the older I get, the better it is.
yeah,
Yeah.
you get wiser
You get wiser and life gets better.
normally. Look,
I actually enjoyed my 40s.
Happy birthday!
Thank you.
Happy birthday to Carlos.
But I have to say, Arne, I have
Isn't that beautiful?
It is, yeah. And then we'll do this because this is a marzipan pencil. But if we do this,
Candle.
it's now a candle. And what I was going to say was I enjoyed my 40s quite a lot. Actually, a lot. And I think I'm going to enjoy my 50s too. So
50.
My 50s.
I thought you were 28.
Well, in real time, that is.
28.
So what is the cake you got? It looks like it's got nuts.
It's nuts, marzipan, cream,
Oh my.
and cake. I don't know what it's made of.
This is really good.
Good?
It's a sponge cake with cream, jam, and then it's got a lot of delicious nuts. It's got walnuts, maybe some hazelnuts. So good.
We're celebrating your birthday. Up in the mountain today, Carlos.
Yeah.
You have more cake tomorrow. Because tomorrow is your birthday. When
Well,
people see this. You will have more the 26th.
But I'm not as into cake as you are, so we don't have to. Yeah, we do, by the way.
We have to.
We, if we climb this mountain every day, we can afford a cake like this when we get to the
When
top.
you need energy to walk down again.
Yeah. Oh, this is so good. This cake was delish. I'm gonna eat my.
This tea is
marzipan
really
pencil.
good now because it's been in that bottle for how long?
15 minutes.
15 minutes. 50 minutes?
15 minutes.
15 only?
That's how long the podcast usually lasts.
Yeah, of course. It's been in the for 15 minutes. That was good for this tea.
Absolutely. So good.
Maybe this is the reason why Helmer was rolling around
he wanted
my
to,
backpack.
You wanted to grab the cake and eat it. Well, that would be more Freya than Helmer.
He's eating the blueberries.
But yeah, so here we are
Okay.
enjoying a typical Norwegian activity, which is mountain climbing, and then having some delicious treats at the end of your climb.
Niste.
Nyste.
Niste.
Nyste is a packed something. It's not, I mean, it can refer to lunch, but it can also refer to a snack. So it's a Nyste, N-I-S-T-E.
It's like a package with food.
And so good.
It's so good. I should have brought more.
And another word that you should learn is fjellgeit,
Mountain goat.
mountain goat, and that's what Arne calls me now. I am a fjellgeit.
Fjellgeit.
Yeah,
Fjellgeit.
geit.
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 Si det.
Fjellgeit.
Fjellgeit. Fjellgeit.
Yep.
That's what they called our queen, actually.
Yeah, because she likes climbing
They call
mountains.
her Fjellgeita.
They call her the mountain goat, and she is 84 years old. And she looks like she is 60 years old.
See, that's what happens when you climb mountains every now and
And it
then.
was funny when the crown prince climbed a mountain to open this tourist hut somewhere, and he started his speech by saying that it's very typical that after a long strenuous mountain climb, when he shakes hands with whoever is the host, they always say, "Oh, your mother was here last week."
She's always been there before him. Where's the tea? And you have a bottle over there.
Yeah, my water bottle.
Yeah, you have to remember it.
Yeah. So this is today's podcast, 15 minutes, and it ended in a delightful way.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Now we should walk down again. We have some stuff to do.
We do, yeah.
And it's not gonna rain, so we have all the time in the world.
Yeah, but before we do, we need to talk a little bit about our schedule for September. We're going to be doing a few changes, and it's actually for the good. In September, we're going to be posting 3 videos every week, and we are actually going to move Sit in It for a bit to Fridays, but only for September. And we are going to be posting other stuff on Wednesdays and on Sundays.
And then we probably talk about what you saw the other days
Yeah.
and other things. Yeah. We always find something to talk about. We can climb a mountain.
Yeah. So next week, Sit in It is going to be on Friday, but don't forget to tune in on Wednesday. You really don't want to miss what's coming. It is a surprise and you're going to love it.
I think it'll make you happy.
I promise.
It made us happy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, I can't say more. We can't talk about it. Because suddenly I'd say too much.
We don't want to talk about
it. It's a surprise.
But remember, Wednesday at 6 p.m. Central European Summertime, which is noon Eastern Daylight Time, or 9 a.m. in Pacific Time. You can tune in for some stuff. Then you can tune in on Fridays for Sit in It for a bit. They're going to be a little bit shorter. So we usually do 15 minutes. So it means...
Let's do 5 maybe? Or
no,
10?
7.5.
7.5.
We'll do 7.5 minutes on Fridays and then regular episodes again on Sundays. So you really want to stay tuned. We are planning a fantastic fall with lots of entertainment for you guys because we don't actually believe that it's over. And I think that people will still want to stay home and safe. So, yeah.
You can do both. You can stay home or go. You can do whatever you want and still watch.
You can, yeah. But I think that people are still going to want to watch our podcasts because they are, apparently, they're very entertaining. That's what Anna says. So, gotta believe her.
I don't know. I haven't seen them.
You've seen our podcasts.
Not all of them.
Well, but these podcasts you usually watch, don't you?
Not all the time. Because I don't like to listen to myself.
Yeah.
I only watch when I'm afraid I've said something really stupid, and when I hear you laugh, then I watch it.
Yeah. Sometimes it's funny.
Yeah.
So we are going to do the formalities now, but don't leave because after we do the formalities,
we will show you the view.
Arne is going to get up. And he's going to move the camera so you can see the amazing view from the top of Himalaya, the Norwegian one. And yeah,
You mean this top or the real top? Which top?
The top of this Himalaya,
yeah.
The Norwegian
this one. Or should I go further up to the very high top?
Yeah, but
so
if you go to the high top, you won't see this. So let's do it from here.
We can do this first. Okay.
Anyway, we hope you have enjoyed this podcast. Give it a big thumbs up. Our subscriber rate has gone down, so we would love it if you would become a subscriber. It really helps us out. So please consider becoming a subscriber and click on the subscriber button. It gives you a lot of extra perks. Among other things, you can call yourself part of the ARNE CARLOS family, which I think is really great. Yeah. And turn on your notifications.
Yeah.
Why?
Because then you won't miss an episode.
There's a bell as well, isn't there?
There's a bell ringing.
Yeah.
And I think, if you're on the mailing list, it's even better.
Yeah.
Because then you will get good offers and stuff.
Yeah. And this time you definitely want to be on our mailing list. So get on our mailing list now by going to arnecarlos.com.
Be prepared for Christmas.
Yeah. Well, no. The reason you want to be on the mailing list now is because next week we are going to be emailing the schedule for September. And you're all going to be able to see in advance what's going to be happening on our channel. You don't want to miss that, so get on that list now.
Yeah.
So
and keep your eyes peeled.
And keep your eyes peeled for all the good stuff that is going to be coming.
But now it's getting cold.
Now it's getting cold. We have to run down the mountain.
Yep.
Thank you so much for watching, and see you again next week. Actually, see you again on Sunday, and then next week for some very exciting stuff. Yeah. And Arne, how about you show the mountain?
Okay, I show the mountain.
Or the view from the mountain.
If I can get up. Oh. I've been sitting too long. My feet are sleeping.
Yeah, I agree. Okay. So let's see this beautiful view.
Dette var hardt. How do you feel?
I'm okay, but let's show them the view.
This is the view.
Come even closer.
It's getting dark down there. The hills are alive.
I don't think I make a good Julie Andrews.
No. Okay. Bye.
Bye.